This week on Tout Bouts Talk. Did our predictions come true, or did we get slammed? John Cena wins the Rumble. Do we care? CM Punk versus The Rock. Did the match live up to the hype? Raw Roulette, the missing segment. All of this today on Tout Bouts Talk.
Guys suck. Welcome to another episode of Tout Bouts. Big Pop, Candy Ass. I'm Professor S, and we're here to basically complain, whine, and bitch about how The Rock's the champion now. I'm obviously heartbroken.
Is that what we're talking about? I thought we were talking about the Royal Rumble.
No, we're going to talk about the Royal Rumble.
Oh, okay.
Start it off, big man.
Well, this match was full of crap again this year. You know what? It's actually funny because it started off so awesome, and at one point, I think 10 guys had already entered the ring, you know, minus Santino, and all of them were like, wow, the extent of talent in this ring right now is absolutely phenomenal. Any one of these guys could have won the Royal Rumble.
Yeah, I'm actually really disappointed. It was like they loaded the talent pool for the Rumble, like with the first like 15 picks, and then like the last 15 picks were just meatheads and nobodies, and it's just like, really, Otunga at 18? Otunga? I was like, you could have, just ran down Heath Slater twice.
You got a bigger pop than Sin Cara did.
Oh my God, Sin Cara. Why hasn't he disappeared completely yet? I just don't get it. And, we were expecting Shelton Benjamin from what the reports are telling us. We were hearing reports about Carlito. John Morrison. Where is John frickin' Morrison? It's not like his career is doing anything without WWE.
Jack Swagger. There's so many other options.
Yeah, you could have done anything. And you need to tag in, bitch, or the referee's going to start counting you out.
And we got The Godfather. He came down, he put on a good show, but he went in the ring, came out of the ring. He managed to hang on the ropes long enough so that he wasn't,
The Godfather's been pimping, been pimping.
I'm all with it.
Good time,
I think that Godfather got his 1 second record. He's going to tie with Santino because that's all he was in the ring for 1 second.
I think Godfather lasted 3 seconds.
It's officially 3 seconds.
They're never going to let Santino not have that. Come on. The Royal Rumble was decent up until number 15 in the Royal Rumble. The Alberto Del Rio Big Show match was you can't really get much than that. They taped Big Show's legs to the rope. How else was he supposed to win that?
I like the end. I didn't care for the ending. It was kind of whatever, and then they did the duct tape thing on Monday Night Raw, which made no sense. Why, with one free hand, Alberto Del Rio could have been just picking the little tape off and unwrapping it to get out of there. But actually, I thought that the Last Man Standing match this time around, including that choke slam from the set through the table where Del Rio cracked his head, I thought it actually did better than their SmackDown Last Man Standing match. I thought the Royal Rumble pay-per-view overall was great, with the exception of the ending of the CM Punk Rock match and the ending of the Rumble. Otherwise, it was one of the better pay-per-views.
Let's just get this out of the way. Cena did not need to win that Rumble. Neither did Ryback. Sheamus winning it again would have been huge because nobody would have saw back-to-back by a guy like Sheamus. Randy Orton coming up from out of nowhere and winning the Rumble against people like a John Cena, a Ryback, a Dolph Ziggler in the ring. That would have been awesome. But WWE, once again, shit the bed. gave us John Cena.
I think that you're looking at all of Vince's creations being in the final three. You've got your Sheamus, who's basically a Triple H guy, but he's definitely McMahon's property. Cena, and of course Ryback. It was Vince's fantasy come true, and I'll tell you the truth, I was really happy to see him get his pelvis broke on Monday Night Raw this week. Because, honestly, with everybody that he fires, who's going to fire Vince? Somebody needs to fire him and let Triple H and Stephanie or anybody else try to run this show for a while. Because, quite honestly, it was dreadfully predictable. And this is our 15th episode. And on our first episode, we predicted that The Rock and Cena would be rematching at WrestleMania this year. Once in a lifetime WWE means once in a lifetime. I can't say it enough. And now you're going to end up going two times in a lifetime. And it makes me want to kill myself and come back to life just so I can see this match, just to keep you guys honest.
I just don't even...
I'm not really going to kill myself.
I just don't even know why you're having The Rock versus Cena. You don't need it. You don't need it. Why wouldn't you have Cena go after Undertaker's streak? Why wouldn't you have Cena defend WWE's spirit against Brock Lesnar for yet again another match? This time put it in a Hell in the Cell instead of a whatever. Maybe, I don't know. I don't want to see Lesnar versus Triple H again. I don't want to see The Rock versus Cena again. I'm sure we're going to see some shit version of Jericho versus Dolph Ziggler when the options and Royal Rumble had the potential to set up the greatest ever WrestleMania. Now we have... It's like reruns of Friends. It's
exactly right. It's the exact same shit all over again. Clearly, Cena's dry spell is going to end by winning the title from The Rock. If Ziggler manages to get the title from Del Rio or whoever in the meantime, and Jericho winning the title at WrestleMania, that could be a little something. But yeah, you know what? Mix it up a little bit. Put Orton against The Undertaker. Put Sheamus versus The Undertaker. I want to see a surprise match, and I'm going on record right now that out of like the 3 major matches that they have at WrestleMania, we're going to be able to predict 2 of them easily. Rock versus Cena and Triple H and Lesnar.
Oh, man.
Yeah, I'll do the editorial.
And I'll do TNA instead of Tout?
We could do that.
That's your call. Let me know, producer.
To watch the rest of Tag Team Talk, please check us out on YouTube for the entire video.
Holy shit.
Our team's getting attacked by a dog. Check out the entire 10 to 12 minute video with a surprise at the end on YouTube. Tag Team Talk, 3-man edition.
Ah!
All right.
Sit down! Or I'm going to name you Heath Slater and beat you constantly.
The jobber.
Professor S with his ultimate tout. And let me tell you something. I need about 10 years to complain about that goddamn WWE Championship. It still spins. It's still John Cena's belt, but yet CM Punk's held it for a year. And then my only hope for you changing it was to give it to Rock, and it hasn't changed. What are you doing? You're still stuck in 2002. It's time to get rid of something that spins. It's time to get rid of something that bedazzles. And it's time to bring back something a little bit more prestigious and a little bit more real. The World Heavyweight Championship, albeit the secondary main belt, it still looks better than that stupid spinner. Get a better jeweler, you idiot!
Stop letting Cena win.
Stop giving Cena his title back!
This week's editorial is about the thin line between TV PG and TV 14. I would define the Attitude Era as TV 14, and everything since as bland baby food WWE. TV PG, made for kids and not for hardcore wrestling fans. Everything is designed to be a soap opera and not bona fide wrestling action. Now, don't get me wrong. There's fantastic talent on the roster. CM Punk, Daniel Bryan, Cody Rhodes and Damian Sandow, Randy Orton, or Antonio Cesaro, just to name a few. But their talents in the ring and skill on the mic are being buried by the crippling restraints of TV PG. And then there's The Rock,
a child of the Attitude Era, whose brazen wit was evident this Monday night when he got the crowd chanting punk-ass bitch ad nauseum. This pissed off CM Punk something fierce, as the crowd chanted punk-ass bitch over and over. CM Punk even repeated the chant twice, and then went on to mention how fun it was to swear. If the WWE can give free reign over TV-14 language to the prodigal son The Rock, then it should clearly follow suit with the rest of their superstars and storylines. The WWE Universe demands it, as do I. We want it back, and we want it back now.
So, our first ever real TNA Talk edition for Tout Bouts. That's Candy Ass. We call him Decepticon Jobber sometimes. All hail Megatron, you know, bitches. But this dog is driving me crazy. It's such a distraction. Anyways, I'm gonna start that over. Okay.
Come on.
While you choke slam your dog.
Come on. Go. 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 Go.
Carlos banning his dog from the room. How long will it last?
You're fired.
I'm Professor S with Candy Ass here to do TNA Talk right now. And we're going to start off with the most important part of TNA, the actual wrestling. The World Heavyweight Championship was defended by Jeff Hardy this week, or this past week I should say, against Christopher Daniels, which turned out to be a pay-per-view match on Spike TV. Pretty crazy. And then you have the Aces and Eights running wild with Taz. Supposedly new members are going to be introduced this week coming up in London. Yeah, what do you got to say right now?
Well, my first opinion of TNA is, first of all, we got to get rid of Taz. The dude, he's a tard. He either needs to learn English or go back to wrestling because he cannot be a commentator. But I feel in the Jeff Hardy Christopher Daniels match that Christopher Daniels probably should have won that match. He's a great wrestler. He puts on a great show. You could just tell when he comes down to the ring, that dude loves his job. You know, him and Kazarian, they keep me entertained every week. Anytime they come out, it's a great time for me.
So let's talk about the Aces and Eights real quick. Do you think that the Aces and Eights is a new NWO? They're just accumulating all these B-level and new stars, sort of say, to, you know, take over like an NWO takeover? Or do you think they're just trying to cause havoc and, you know, Hogan and Bischoff are going to ruin another good thing going on?
I think that what they're trying to do is do something similar to the NWO, but at the same time take advantage of, like, the Sons of Anarchy fans out there. That
so
like
Bischoff and Jarrett and Vince Russo are all sitting in the room. Man, we need another NWO. Yeah, you know, I was watching Sons of Anarchy last night, and then Jarrett goes, that's a great idea for a whole year-long worth of wrestling. I mean, your creative team can't get any more played out. Eric Bischoff's lost his touch. Jeff Jarrett never had a touch unless it was kid touching. Vince Russo almost ruined the WWE and then actually ruined the WCW with Jeff Jarrett along his side. Your only good things on your creative team are potentially Dixie Carter and Sting, which obviously we see a lot of in the Aces and Eights because of Sting's domination. But getting back to Aces and Eights, I mean, what kind of group is led by Devon, Taz, Luke Gallows, and Mike Knox? Yeah. TNA, what are you doing? Why haven't you gotten Davey Boy Smith's kid, Brackus, and put him and released him? That would cause huge fanfare. Why haven't you signed John Morrison? He's not signed to WWE. And change his character completely and put him in the Aces and Eights, because you know he's going to steal the show. And you know he'll keep up with people like Samoa Joe, Kurt Angle, AJ Styles, Kazarian. You got this, like, huge roster of just fantastic stars who love to wrestle, and you're bringing in Mike Knox. Yeah.
It's that woo woo. Woo woo. Woo woo. Woo woo. Woo woo. Woo woo. This is all. Woo.
Right, and
Not
then,
just like
and they're not spinning it like whatchamacallit either, like Price is Right or any real wheel where they're really putting all the effort into it. In closing, we're talking about the Raw Roulette Wheel, and you have three very skeptical people here on how the hell did Miz end up the special guest referee against Antonio Cesaro and Randy Orton? How did Brodus Clay get the dance off? And then sticking poor Tensai in lingerie. How did Kali get the karaoke thing? You know, these are all things. Like,
did we just
honestly
refer to
believe it's
Tensai
fixed.
as poor Tensai? Who gives a hell? He's wearing lingerie.
That's
He
poor
wears a
Tensai.
giant
Are you
red
joking me?
Diaper to the ring.
the guy was originally named after a dick piercing. I mean,
Is that really?
no,
Prince Albert.
Oh, that's right. I thought you meant a Tensai was a dick piercing.
no.
I worked with a guy, my old boss. It was his name, Richard Piercing, Dick Piercing. Sorry, Dick.
That's a bad joke. No.
So was Tensai in lingerie.
And then dancing as well.
That whole robot he did. I mean, that entertainment, folks. It is entertainment.
Nobody was declared the winner after that, and I gotta be honest with you, Tensai danced better than Brodus Clay. Did he not?
He did.
He brought the hip hop hippo back.
Oh man.
He did the grave digger. Come on.
Can
All
we
he
just-
needed was a sprinkler. We would have been good.
Oh my God. Yeah.
The whole point of this is that the wheel's fixed. We don't know how they do it, whether it's a wrestler slowing it down,
Somebody
whether
in
it's
the back with a
electronic,
frame.
somebody in the back. If are there weights on it so that maybe it just stops. That's why they're not spinning it too fast, so it'll look weird. But don't be fooled, ladies and gentlemen. That Raw Roulette Wheel is fixed. It's a gimmick. You didn't even spin the Superstar wheel. Every time you came back from commercial, there was the wheel. Big Show happens to Del Rio happens to spin Big Show when there's like 89 wrestlers on that wheel, and you get the Big Show. What are the chances? Oh my God, this wheel's phenomenal. With those Vegas odds, all of us would be freaking quadrillionaires by now if we knew it was going to land on freaking Black 17 every time.
Oh my God. And,
Fuck the Raw.
and
Wheel.
remember, kids, it's cool to swear according to CM Punk. Just saying. Just saying.
All right. So for Tout Bouts Talk, I'm Big Pop. That's Professor Ass, Candy Ass, bringing up the rear. The new three-man band. We're so much better. Tout us, like us, subscribe. Despite us, our singing, please come back soon. We'll see you next time. What do you think about three-man band? Cam Newton the dog?
He's hiding. This is what I think. My ass.
And he's showing his ass, too.
And he disappeared.
Hopefully like the three-man band will.